Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have a 2022 Ford Mustang Mach E. It is the California Route 1 edition, and it is in all black everything. All black interior, all black exterior. You can see the rear here. Super nice. It is quite a big car, quite a heavy car. You'll notice that maybe a bit in the POV when we're driving it. But it's actually super nice. I've been driving it for a week back and forth to work, and I have absolutely no complaints whatsoever. It's just a super nice looking car, and if you can see on the bottom there, there's like a shot, or not a shot, but there's a grill that kind of opens up to cool the battery a little bit more if you need that sort of thing. It also has these interesting door handles where you just kind of press the button here. It presents itself to you. You can open the door, and then you can close it. But also, if you open it like this, you can't actually close it again. So it's kind of like a safety feature, so you don't smash your hand inside the door. But yeah, there's a lot of debate on whether or not this belongs in the Mustang family. And I'll leave that up to you to decide, but personally, I think it does. And I think it's genius that they put that kind of branding on this kind of car. So why not? Why not do that? It makes the most sense. It's going to get people to talk about it and get people to test drive it. Specs for this trim: it is a 91 kilowatt hour battery, 346 horsepower, 428 pound-feet of torque. Ford says it'll do 0 to 100 in 5.1 seconds, which is pretty good. And you'll see it is quite fast. It has 502 kilometers of range. I'm not getting that right now because I am in fall weather, a little bit colder, so it's kind of natural that you lose just a little bit of that range. But yeah, so let's take it for a drive, because that's the most important part, and let's see how it performs on the road. Alright, 2022 Ford Mustang Mach E out on the road where it matters the most. So yeah, like I said, I've been driving this car for the better part of the week, back and forth to work. I do still have a daily commute that, I have a day job still. Although I love doing this stuff, I still do have to bring in the money somehow. So driving back and forth to work, super comfortable. Could do a road trip in this, absolutely no issue whatsoever. The suspension is a little bit bouncy. It's around the big bumps, it really does kind of, you do feel them a little bit more. I would have liked to have maybe a bit of a stiffer suspension, and the drive modes also don't really change the way that the car behaves or drives at all that much. So you really have to be careful and look out for that kind of thing. But besides that, no issues. Handling is super good. You really do have like a low center of gravity in this car. I feel like I can feel the road quite well. Turning hard in the rain, that's mostly when I was kind of doing the performance test. The back end was the first thing to come out. Whether traction was on or off, it didn't seem to matter. Traction, the back would just come out quite a lot. It is quite quick. There's absolutely no doubting that. However, not as quick as the Tesla. Not quick pickup wise anyways. I think it is as quick as the Tesla long run, probably. Definitely not as much build qualities as we've seen on the Tesla for sure, but definitely yeah, it's super fun to drive. You have your massive, this is a 15.5 inch touch screen. It's kind of insane how much stuff you can actually do with it, and it's nice to look at. And it has Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, all the stuff that you're looking for, wireless Apple CarPlay as well. It's so nice to have a big screen with Apple CarPlay functionality. I really did miss that on the Tesla, and it's like super simplistic, the interior. You really aren't missing a lot of things. I mean, they took a lot of the things that you don't need. There's also good driver separation here. There's also a turn style gauge, gear selector and everything. So super nice, super well done. And there's a lot of features in here, although they're not the easiest to find. I do find myself going through quite a lot of sub menus to get to different settings and to find different settings, stuff like that. But Tesla's a little bit more refined in that area, but it's not a big pick. It's not a big deal, really. I do not mind that at all. You have your different drive modes. You have your Whisper, which is like your eco mode. You have your Engage, which is like your normal driving mode. And then you have your Unbridled, where the car is in, a completely unbridled, unleashed the full power of the Mustang and and really go for it. And the pickup is good in that mode. I mean, I'm kind of on a slow sound here, so I'll kind of clack it there. And there you go. No car can keep up with that online, at least no car that's not an EV anyways. This car also does have one pedal driving. It's super nice and I like to use it. I've been using it the entire time driving it. But now if you have one pedal driving, you take your foot off the accelerator and the car automatically slows down for you. However, if you try to press the brake, there's kind of like this weird bite that it does. It kind of bites quite hard and it's not like a smooth brake, but you can just easily turn that off and it's absolutely no issue at all. So no worries there, it's completely fine once you turn it off. But trying to brake and have the one pedal driving on at the same time is a little bit awkward. The trunk space is pretty big on this. You fold the seats down, you have even more room, absolutely no worries there. But however, it's not automatic. I find that kind of weird to be in this price point of like $73,000 Canadian, 53 American, and not have an automatic trunk that opens for you. It's kind of strange, kind of wasn't expecting that. Was hoping would have that. You could see that the button cover is there for it, but you just simply can't use it. It also does come with a front trunk, which is great too, but it's also kind of weird to use. You have like this flap on the bottom there that you have to pull on twice in order to get access to it. It's not a button, it's not something I can press in the infotainment here and just put on. There's kind of nothing there. It's just I have to use that double latch. The car has to be in park, off, and the door has to be open for me to even use it, so I don't find myself using it that much. It does, however, have a drain system where you can drain it and, you know, put drinks in there and it'll kind of drain the water out. And also you have cup holders too, which is super nice. This car also does come with the Ford Pass app where you can link your phone, use it as a key. All that stuff, you can control your dual zone climate control, heated seats, heated steering, that's all there. No ventilated seats though, that's kind of a miss. I kind of would have wished to have that as well, but it's not that big of a deal. In the future, if they do put that hardware in the car, they could easily activate it with an over-the-air software update, no worries. Like a lot of things, like the front wipers, well, when I turn them on, I don't have a pop-up to say, well, this is what level I'm on, this is what I'm doing. There's actually nothing like that. It doesn't do anything. But again, they could probably fix that with a over-the-air software update. This car also comes with Blue Cruise. You'll see right in front of me there's like this little light bar that might be flashing or not. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Sometimes you can see the little red lights on. So when I actually turn Blue Cruise on, which is like Tesla's autopilot, that's what you can think of it as. When I turn that on, it actually is going to watch my eyes to see if I'm paying attention to the road properly or not. If I'm not, it'll give me a few warnings, and then if I ignore those warnings, well, then it's just going to pull me over, put my four-ways on, and pretty much going to stop the car for me. So if you fall asleep or something, it kind of eliminates the effect of putting like a rubber band like the Tesla drivers do and like tricking the safety feature into thinking that you're actually there driving the car when you're really not. So that's actually super cool, and I actually did really like that feature. However, it's not fully hands-off, at least not here in Canada. I think Blue Cruise, like the fully autonomous mode, only works on previously mapped out roads. So since we're in Canada, I don't think that's a feature yet, but it should be coming soon. You also notice when I have my turn signal on in the back, you won't notice in the front, but in the back you have this really cool sequential turn signal. So it's kind of like it lights up and then it fades away. It's super cool to look at. Even from behind, I wouldn't actually mind looking at that at all. But one pedal driving has just been an absolute breeze for me. I like it so much. It's actually smoother than the IONIQ or the Kia. I found it so much more easier to use than either one, and the braking isn't as aggressive. There's only kind of one regenerative braking mode in all three of the drive modes. It doesn't seem to change that much. It's just smooth. That's it. I mean, you let your foot off all the way, it brings you to a complete stop, and there's not really much to say. It's super excellent. You probably notice as soon as you open the door to the car that it has this matchup screen, of course, but then it also has this volume knob, which is interesting as well. It's the first thing you see, and it's cool. It does click. It does feel pretty good quality, actually. I don't actually mind that too much. It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb like you might think it would. It's actually completely fine. I actually love the feel of the steering wheel as well. In my hand, it's a very nice wrapped leather. Absolutely no problems with that either. Like, super cool. Super nice as well. So yeah, so cool. I like the car a lot. It's been a blast to drive for 4 days, and it's gonna suck to have to give it up. if I had to choose between this car or the Tesla, I really think that I would probably go with the Tesla. I think that this car versus the Tesla, you just get more features. I mean, having Apple CarPlay and this massive screen really does it for me. And I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it really brings that home, to just have to be able to use your phone properly, whereas Tesla you can't. And also it includes Blue Cruise in the price of the $73,000. It's not like a $19,000 to $20,000 add-on. And also I've had no build quality issues, no glitches. The infotainment does lag occasionally, but nothing to write home about. They could organize the infotainment a little bit more as well, but overall really solid. You're really going for range and usability, drivability, more than you're going for performance. I know it has the Mustang branding, so you're thinking maybe a bit of performance would be nice, but it's not necessarily a thing that you're looking for when it comes to an EV. You really just want to be able to get in, drive, charge where you need to charge, and have the best range possible with as many features as you can, and I think Ford's done an excellent job about that. Now, it is worth noting that you should be aware that doing road trips might still be difficult, just because of the fact that the charging system infrastructure isn't fully there yet, but it is coming, so just be a little bit patient there. But also, if you're charging at home and just daily driving this car, it's actually not a big deal at all. Super perfect, super fine as well. So yeah, I really don't want this video to be too long. I could talk about this car all day. It's got plenty of features to come, like over-the-air update, software updates, which are going to update the car even more. There is video streaming coming, so I got a notification on the car that, eventually we'll be able to video stream, so that's super cool. When that does come out, I'll definitely check it out, and I'll let you guys know what that's like to have in the car once I get my hands on the newer models of the Mustang Mach E. But until then, we will leave it right there. The car's very good. I really recommend booking a test drive if you have the opportunity to do it. If you have an opportunity to drive this car, definitely take it. You will not regret it. Use the one pedal driving, see how it feels, see how the suspension feels for you, see how the handling feels for you. But overall, I think you would be happy at spending the money on this car. So that's going to do it for today's video. That's going to do it for the Ford Mustang Mach E. Thank you so much to Ford and partners for providing this car to drive. I've had a blast, and I hope to do it again in the future. So with that being said, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. It really encourages me to keep going. And take care. We will see you in the next one.